Hey guys, so today we are going to be doing a quick review about something that Eric is very excited about. We are talking about Star Wars Legion.
Which, depending on when you're watching this, comes out in a couple of days. Otherwise, it's already out.
Or has come out at some point in the past. Time is weird. Anyway, so we got an advanced copy from our friendly local game store, Hex & Co. here in New York, because we offered to paint all the miniatures for the store copy.
It's a lot of painting.
And Eric is going to do a bunch of demos for them, and basically you are the Legion currently at Hex & Co.
I mean, I'm not sure if that is an actual title.
The Legion?
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be on your name tag.
I'm the guy who painted them.
Hey.
We are the power couple that has painted them. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be playing more often than not. You know, we got a game or so under our belt. Still not an expert. There's a lot to do. But they don't move like that.
Okay. Well, Luke could if he wanted to. Okay.
But from the amount of games that we played, once again, not that many. Thoughts. What do you like? What do you dislike? Honest opinion,
Honest
please.
opinion, I'm not really into wargaming.
Okay.
I can't say that this is going to be a game that I'm going to want to play.
Okay.
On a regular basis.
On a regular basis is a good sign.
No, I'm going to say maybe once or twice a year at tops.
Wow.
Mainly because I don't play war games and we have a bunch of other games. So I'm really honestly just being completely honest here. It's not that it's a bad game. I actually enjoyed the bit that we did, what we have played, because there were moments where we were literally, it was Luke Skywalker fighting against Darth Vader, and it was like reenacting the movies in my brain, except they were literally on the table in front of me and they were tiny miniatures. But I thought that was really cool. It's definitely a nice theme for a wargaming game. I think the mechanics that they have are pretty typical for wargaming games.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I think so. It seems a lot more complicated
when you're first learning it.
When you're first learning it. Then you're like, oh, I'm rolling dice. You're rolling for defense. I'm taking a dodge token.
Yeah.
Or an aim token. And hey, you've done some damage to me.
Yeah.
It's fairly straightforward. It's one of those games where if you have the basics of the rules down, from there, you just have to read what's on your card.
Yeah. And
everything is pretty much there for you.
Yeah. I mean, suppression and courage and those sorts of things. So I mean, it is on your card if you know what it means, but I will say that it is not, the entry level is to get people who are interested in Star Wars. If you're interested in Star Wars, hey, there's this new game that came out. It has really cool miniatures. You get to paint Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You can have an ATRT of your very own, or you can have a speeder bike with a stormtrooper on it, because that's freaking cool. So from a hobby perspective,
yes,
thumbs up. This was actually really fun to paint.
I really enjoy the minis that you get.
They're really
compare
nice
this to, are they as highly detailed as Warhammer? No, they're not as highly detailed.
That's not the point.
But I also don't think Star Wars has like
highly
you know what I mean?
Anything. Yeah,
right.
No,
and as much as I love Warhammer minis, and I try to pretend to be a decent painter.
Oh, you are. I thought you said that you play Warhammer about.
No, I try to be a decent painter. Whenever I try to be like, oh my goodness, I'm going to paint a little red thing here and look how beautiful that is, no one sees it. No one sees it.
No, it's your personal... So, no, I understand, because I like painting. Like, the things that I did on the ATRT that I absolutely love are things like, I made the back antenna a shiny paint instead of the other gray paint.
No one sees it.
No one cares except me. Or like, I don't know, on the backpack on one of these guys, there's a gray metallic console on the back. No one cares about that except me, but I enjoyed it. Right.
What I'm trying to say is...
Which Eric's really happy to hear.
Right, no, yeah, that's important to me. But they are fairly simple. You can get as crazy as you want with it. But once again, stormtroopers, they're white. They have black guns, and there's some black detail in them. Very, very simple.
Yeah.
Could I be a little more creative and maybe add, like, battle damage? Sure. Could we have done something to the bases?
Yeah.
Sure. We're getting, when our set comes in, I'm going to have a couple, like, there's a AT-ST that I'm going to have.
Oh, right. You're getting all the other
Right. There are a bunch of other...
There's going to be so many to paint.
So you're going to have to play that and see what you think.
Yeah.
We've only played a couple of games of the basic rules.
Yeah.
But the upgrade cards make a difference. They do make a difference. They make it pretty interesting, a lot more strategic, and like...
Because it gives you extra bonuses that you wouldn't otherwise get.
Right.
So, like, you feel like you have the upper hand.
And like more wargaming, wargaming games, it's a point system. So you're building an army to be 200 to 400 points.
Yeah.
But minis are well put together.
It's gonna be
because they're a hard plastic. Well, he is worth 200.
Vader is worth 200 points, just for the record.
But since this is a hard plastic, unlike, once again, something like Warhammer, if I drop a Warhammer model, I'm fairly confident it's going to break.
This, I literally...
Right.
It's not going to break.
Because they're a plastic, they're a lot sturdy. And I can't even describe this plastic.
Well, I was going to say, they're also, aren't they push fit?
They are push fit.
So
you still need to glue them.
You still need to glue them just for your own sanity and safety, but they are push fit, which is very different. They're
flexible plastic as opposed to...
than something like Warhammer, which is literally... And these don't come on sprues when they come in the box.
They come in little plastic baggies.
They literally come in plastic baggies, and they're all separated so that you can easily put them together. The instruction pages, it's literally 2 pages.
Right.
Whereas Warhammer, you're cutting them off sprues, you're going to spend
a lot more
a whole day gluing everything together. This is very... For a war game, is very entry-level, beginner-friendly, and I think that low point of entry, plus the fact that it's
a great theme. There's going to be so many.
I think there's going to be a lot of interest around this game, especially amongst people who have been hesitant about getting into wargaming. When they look at Warhammer, when they look at what the high cost of entry is, I think there's actually going to be a lot more people who are more interested in Star Wars than they are in other things, or people who aren't into wargaming but are willing to give it a shot because it's Star Wars. Like, I think that there's a big market here.
Yeah, it's a great entry. Complaints about the game?
Yeah.
You don't give me enough dice.
I agree.
Huge complaint. Really do not get enough dice. It's not even enough for you.
Yeah. You have characters that can do 6 damage.
Vader rolls 6 red dice, and I only have 3.
Yeah.
So, in ideal, I would need to purchase another full set of dice.
Just for you.
Just for me. But if I wanted to have, like, my friends play, and if I wanted to be weird about my dice, you would need to purchase 2 more for them.
So 3 extra sets.
That's going above and beyond. You definitely... yes, I'm going to say you should definitely get another set of dice. Yeah, I think that's highly recommended.
Highly recommend that.
The other thing is, I would say the move trackers.
Are they selling those separately?
They are selling them separate. I was skeptical at first. I was like, you know what? This can be shared. I don't mind that. Dice, I kind of went into this thinking I definitely wanted more dice. But with the move markers, I was like, no. That is incorrect.
Okay.
I want another set of move markers.
And I will say that I, for some reason, kept thinking that this was a 2. This is a 2. They are very different size. I don't know why my brain can't... And wait, this is a 1. Like, they're all very different sized. I understand that it should be easy to tell. If it was me and I had my own, I would color code them. I would paint them because they're just plastic.
But how would you paint them?
I would paint them in a color that makes sense to me.
What if you just highlighted the pips on there?
There are the little lines on them. I don't know. I just feel like I'm kind of dumb.
Listen, if it affects you, there's more than a great chance that it's going to affect somebody else.
That's very true.
So, I mean, the terrain that it comes with, decent.
It's fine. It's hard plastic. It's
hard plastic.
It's fine.
It's not bad. That hasn't been painted.
Which we didn't paint because it's just barricades.
And then the aim.
I have to break my ATRT.
The aim thing. For clicks on. I don't mind sharing this.
No, that's fine to share. sometimes it's just easier to not have to share the move trackers.
Right. The move trackers, dice, definitely need more of them.
But other than that, I would say it's a good game.
Yeah, the pieces, good cardboard.
The components are made out of good cardboard. I did like in the packaging, we did an unboxing video. The packaging, all of the component pieces, like all of the trackers, they actually came shrink wrapped. So you couldn't potentially lose one. That's one of those things that annoys me in boxes.
Cardstock, if you're into that, not great. I personally don't care.
Yeah, it's like it's
not a flimsy card.
And it's flat. It's not a woven cardstock, so it doesn't have a texture to it. When you touch it, it just feels like a flat card, like not even like a nice
But once again, card. I don't care about cardstock, but some people out there do.
Yeah,
it's
you
whatever.
might want to sleeve them.
Interesting. Would you sleeve?
Yeah, if you were playing a lot, yeah, I would totally sleeve.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess I'm getting sleeves. I'm going to be playing a lot.
Well, we have some sleeves here already.
Okay. Overall, out of 10, what do you give this game?
Well, I have to keep in mind that I don't like war games.
Fair.
So I'm not the person you want to judge.
You're actually a great person, because somebody out there is trying to convince their friend or spouse who is not into wargaming at all. So, being someone who's not into wargaming...
If you like board games, like, I'm not talking about someone who has...
You're the average person. You don't like wargaming, but you enjoy Star Wars. So, going off of that, not liking wargaming, enjoying Star Wars...
But is a board gamer.
As a board gamer,
I give it a 6.
You give it a 6?
Yeah.
That's higher than I thought.
Just a little bit above average. I was going to give it a 4. But then Eric said what he said, and it convinced me that I should make it a little bit higher than average.
Because you like the theme of Star Wars. So you can kind of be like,
I gave it 2 points for Star Wars. Otherwise, it would be a 4.
Fair. I would give this, right now, base set, 7.5.
Okay.
It's not...
Well, then I want to retract mine and make it a 5 then. Because I feel like you liked it way more than I did.
Well, I enjoy wargaming.
Right.
I mean, I think the base set is really cool. I do think I'm going to like it that much more when I add things on. No offense to you. I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy this more when I play with somebody who enjoys wargaming.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all that can factor into my score. So I think 7.5 against somebody who's like, it was okay.
And 5-ish.
We're still enjoying. I can see this going up to 8.
Okay.
8.5 when things come out later on. Will they clean up rules and things? Sure.
Of course.
But I think from there, if you really enjoy wargaming, you really enjoy Star Wars, to me, this is something
it's a good one.
You should get. It's not a ridiculous price, I think, for wargaming.
For wargaming, correct. And the fact that you don't have to have the extra task of cutting the minis off the sprues and like painstakingly holding them together while they dry, because it can be push fit and you can just put the glue in and like they just all snap together.
Yeah.
I will say that not all of them snap together perfectly.
No.
But
decently.
It's fine.
Yes. But I think
these aren't collector pieces.
I think it's a really good value. I think if you've never played wargaming and you're kind of interested in it and you enjoy Star Wars, give it a shot. I mean, this might spark something in you to kind of explore other wargaming.
Or you can be like me and give it a 5.
You gave it a 6. You can't take it. You can't.
I gave it a 4 originally.
Then you gave it a 6. You can't knock your points off.
Regardless, let's average it out at 5 and call it a day.
Fair enough. But that's her review from somebody who likes Star Wars.
Doesn't like wargaming.
Doesn't enjoy wargaming. Check back in 2 years. She's going to be the biggest wargamer ever. I'm going to give it a strong 7.5. And I think we are going to call it a day there.
I think so.
So I guess you're a sideways thumb.
Sideways thumb.
And I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And with that, we are going to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and support us on Patreon. And we will talk to you next time.
Bye, guys.